Is the whisker biscuit the best arrow rest for bow hunters, or is it holding you back? By the end of this video, you'll know if the whisker biscuit is the right choice for you or not, so let's get to the video. The whisker biscuit is a very popular choice among bow hunters. One of the reasons being is it's quiet, it's affordable, and there's not any moving parts per se. So it makes it a great choice for bow hunters. The fully enclosed arrow rest, so if you're stalking through the woods, you don't have to worry about your arrow falling off your arrow rest, banging into your side of your riser, any of that stuff. So it's extremely quiet. One of the other things, like I mentioned briefly, is there's no moving parts to speak of. Good friend of mine, he's got a channel called Bucktails Outdoors. He had a friend who was using, I don't know if it was the drop away, whether it be limb driven or cable driven, I don't remember, but he was using a drop away arrow rest that was fully enclosed, and he got an opportunity to shoot at a buck of a lifetime. He released, his arrow rest had froze up due to the freezing temperatures, and he missed simply because it's basically ripping the fletches off his arrows as he's firing. So there was now it was a huge fletching clearance problem that caused a miss on a buck of a lifetime. That's not something that you would ordinarily have to think about with the whisker biscuit, but I do want to say that this one thing, even with that scenario like he's talking about, if this gets totally frozen up because it's got a considerable amount of moisture and or rain, that may be something that could cause you some issues. Not necessarily as bad as a mechanical rest, because these are still going to be flexible to a certain degree, but it is something that you need to be aware of and your environment that you're hunting in. One of the other pros about the whisker biscuit in particular is when you put an arrow in, it's relatively quiet because there is no moving parts. I'll come up here a little bit closer. I want to show you something. Is that focused on, can you see this area right here? You have to be aware that you do have a little bit of some movement up in here. When we start talking about the cons, like I just showed you, this right here, you've got a little bit of a variance. There's a little bit of a wiggle room and wobble room right here, which if you've got a really good follow through, that's never going to be something that's going to affect your rest, but that is something to be aware of. The other thing when we're talking about cons, if you shoot a lot, these little pieces are going to start wearing down, which would make your center shot off, especially if it's to the right or left. And as they wear down, you're essentially raising your knocking point, which may cause some long range accuracy, more noticeable than up close. But it's something that you definitely need to be aware of, is that is a part that's going to wear down. Another potential downside to the whisker biscuit, it's something that you need to think about, is you're going to have, your fletching is going to be going through that whisker biscuit, and it could cause fletching wear premature. And then if you're using the true traditional feather type vanes, that may be something that it really affects that. So that's something to think about on the con side of it. And then secondary to that, and I don't think if we have any target archers watching this video, they're considering going to a whisker biscuit, but there's a reason that your target archers don't use it, because of some of the cons that we've just listed. They prefer having the drop away or fall away, or whatever you want to call it, cable driven, limb driven, so that when they're shooting their arrow, they've got minimal arrow contact. And kind of a step further, your real hardcore target shooters are generally using a spring type launcher that is actually designed for their poundage of bow and their draw weight and their arrow to give just slightly as the arrow's leaving the bow. Okay, so the next question up is, who is this arrow rest for? First of all, it's great for beginners. Again, like I mentioned, it's inexpensive. If you're not 100% how much you want to invest into a hobby that you're not sure if you're going to absolutely love it or not, or if it's going to maybe become a passion in your life or not, this is a great way, it's an affordable way to get you a good, solid arrow rest that's affordable. So it's great for beginners. So as we bring this video to a close, some of the things that we want to consider, especially if you're new, this would be a great arrow rest for somebody who's starting out. If you've got a real low budget, they're normally really affordable, especially compared to the mechanical releases. And it's an arrow rest with no moving parts, so it'll be a lot easier to kind of get you up and running and less things to worry about. So let me ask you this. Are you a Team Biscuit user? Comment down below. Let us know if you've been using one. Let us know what your experience has been with it. If you switched from the Team Biscuit and went over to one of the drop away or mechanical rests, comment down below. Let us know why you made the switch. Let others know who may be watching this video why it would be a great one for beginners. Like any other video, I can't cover every point, and some of you guys are going to think of some stuff that I don't have in this video. Comment down below. Let me know, what is it I missed? What's another pro or con for the Whisker Biscuit? If you found any of this information in this video helpful or useful, give us a big thumbs up. We always want to hear from you. Consider commenting down below. If you know somebody that's new into archery and they're thinking about trying to get into archery and they're new to it and they're trying to save money, share this video with them. If you haven't subscribed to our channel, I'd love to talk you into subscribing right now. You can hit the subscribe button down below. We'd love to have you join our family by subscribing below. I hope you all have a blessed week. And until next week's video comes out, be sure to check out one of the playlists that we have up here of videos that we've made, especially for you. We have an entire series that we're doing this year on Bow Hunting 101, and it doesn't matter if you're shooting traditional bows or compound bows. We've got something in the playlist just for you. I hope you all have a blessed week, and let's get outside and make something happen.